Right now, the world's borders look fixed, permanent, set in stone. But 1,000 years ago, none of today's countries even existed. Not one. In fact, if you could watch the world map change every single year for the last 1,000 years, you'd see something incredible. Borders shifting like waves, empires swallowing whole regions overnight, nations appearing and disappearing before your eyes. Let's watch it happen. Start in the year 1000. The map looks almost unrecognizable. No United States, no Germany, no Italy. Instead, you see scattered kingdoms, tribal lands, and empires with names most people have never heard of. One of the biggest, the Song Dynasty in China. It controls one of the richest, most advanced regions on Earth. But here's the surprising part. Just a few hundred years later, this entire map gets torn apart. A new force rises out of the plains of Central Asia, the Mongols. Watch the map explode outward. In less than a century, they conquer more land than any empire in history, stretching from the Pacific Ocean to the edge of Europe. Then, just as fast as it rose, it starts breaking apart. That's the pattern you'll see again and again. Empires rise fast, and they fall even faster. Fast forward to the 1400s. A tiny country on the edge of Europe makes a bold move. Portugal starts sailing down the coast of Africa. Soon, Spain joins in. Then entire new coastlines appear on the map. Coastlines nobody in Europe had ever drawn before. This is the beginning of something huge. Colonization. Watch the map fill up with new colors. Spain claims most of South America. Portugal grabs Brazil. Britain and France start racing across North America. But here's where it gets interesting. Africa still looks almost untouched on the map. That changes fast. By the late 1800s, European powers carve up the entire continent in just a few decades. Straight lines appear across Africa, borders that ignore rivers, mountains, and entire cultures. Many of those lines are still there today. Now watch Europe itself. For centuries, it's a messy patchwork of tiny kingdoms and shifting alliances. Then two wars change everything. World War I redraws the map completely. Empires like Austria, Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire simply vanish. New countries appear almost overnight. World War II goes even further. Entire nations get split in two. Germany divides into East and West. Korea splits into North and South. And that changed everything for the rest of the century. Then comes 1991. One of the biggest map changes in history happens almost instantly. The Soviet Union, the largest country on Earth, breaks apart. Watch 15 new countries appear on the map in a single year. Places like Ukraine, Kazakhstan, and Estonia suddenly exist as independent nations. If you played this whole timeline as a fast-moving map from the year 1000 to today, you'd see one thing over and over. Nothing on this planet is permanent, not borders, not empires, not even the shape of entire continents. Every line on today's map was drawn by war, conquest, negotiation, or collapse. And if history has taught us anything, it's this. The map you're looking at right now is not the final version. It never has been.